What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we have something I want to start every single, or I want to do it every single year after today, and it is bring it in 2018 and leave it in 2017. For those of you who watch Nathan Zed, know exactly what this is, but basically if you don't, it is things that WWE needs to leave in 2017 and they don't need to bring it back in 2018. I'm going to talk about what we need for 2018 in the next video if this gets 1,000 likes. But anywho, let's get straight on the video with number 5, women factions. The year of 2017 saw many women factions that didn't last too long. One of those teams happened earlier this year in SmackDown Live, which is known as the Welcoming Committee, which consisted of Natalya, Carmella, Pllana, and Tamina. I literally forgot the name of this group, and shout out to Macho for helping me out because I had to tweet about it, I'm not gonna lie. This just shows how forgettable this group really was. Now we have two different factions on Raw and SmackDown Live in both women's divisions. On Raw, you have Paige, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose, who are known as Absolution, while on SmackDown Live, we have the Riot Squad, who consists of Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan. Both of these groups were thrown together with no storyline, and they were simply added to make the roster larger for the women's division, possibly even for the Royal Rumble. I believe within 2 months, these groups will have a similar fate to the Welcoming Committee, and I hope WWE leaves this trend in 2017. Number 4, 6-hour pay-per-views. The big 4 pay-per-views, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series, were all 6 hours long. This is one of the most unnecessary things you could do. Firstly, nobody watches the pre-show that lasts 2 hours. Therefore, WWE is making wrestlers go to the ring and wrestle when nobody's even watching in the arena or at home. Aside from that, the actual show ends up being 4 hours long, and this causes fans to be extremely tired for the main event. The crowd is usually alive until the 3rd hour, and after that, they just get too tired to care about the rest of the night. This is also tiring for viewers at home who have to sit 6 long hours, especially when the product isn't even that good. Number 3, illogical booking and no storylines. 2017 featured a lot of great wrestling. Matches such as AJ Styles versus Finn Balor or Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena were great, but these matches had absolutely no storyline, which makes it really hard for me to care about them and remember them. Also, there has been a lot of illogical booking that took place this year. An example I want to mention is when Nia Jax turned on Alexa Bliss, obviously wanting to go after the title. It was a pretty big shocker and the fans were going crazy in the crowd. A few weeks later, and they're friends again with no type of explanation. Things like this really hurts me because you can't just completely ruin a storyline and pretend we're all idiots. We don't have short-term memory loss. I really hope WWE hires new writers or something because I want good and logical stories for 2018. Number 2, 205 Live. Well, this completely failed miserably. Ever since the debut, 205 Live was destined to fail simply because no one cares about the division. I have no idea why this show is after SmackDown Live. Most of the fans leave, and it's quite embarrassing whenever the camera pans around. Personally, I would tape this down at Full Sail where the crowd would care and they would have a lot more freedom in the show. Also, you could have the NXT and Cruiserweights merge sometimes on NXT. This seems like a great way to grow NXT as well. As of right now, they don't have those plans and they want to continue to keep it the way it is. For that reason, it doesn't have to follow WWE to the next year. And number 1, part-timers. WWE has incredible talents such as Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, and much, much more. While they have the greatest roster ever in my opinion, they keep relying and revolving everything on part-timers who draw for the shows. This has been destroying the company, and we need to forget about the nostalgia feeling. It's time to utilize the talent we currently have because these old guys barely show up. And when they do show up to wrestle, they have some of the worst matches, and this is just tarnishing the name for WWE, which is known as wrestling. Seriously, I don't want to see Kane, Shane McMahon, or Goldberg wrestling and taking the spotlight away from younger guys who work 300 plus days a year just to be brushed aside. And that is it for this video, guys. Those are things we need to leave in 2017. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Pllana, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.